let's talk about projected World Cup rosters. Feels early, I know. We don't even have an official tournament yet in the 2024 World Cup of Hockey, but our roster projection series started today on dailyfaceoff.com. Myself and Matt Larkin each put together a Team Canada. Next week, we'll drop a Team USA, and then we'll go through the various countries. Not sure if Russia's going to be participating. Not sure if this tournament's even going to go, but it's always fun to look at stuff like this, Steven. And we're going to throw my Team Canada roster projection up there. I want you to poke some holes in this. Who have I left off that would definitely be on your Team Canada?
Well, first off, the goaltending's a little scary, and I think we talked a bit before the show. It's like, oh, that's not the greatest goaltending situation here. Um, I looked at Matt Larkin's roster, and I can tell you your roster is a lot stronger, especially with
Oh,
Nazem Kadri being there.
I like the
I
sounds of
guess there
this.
would be the what?
I like the sounds of this.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
roster is stronger.
Honestly, there's not a lot of weaknesses in this thing. This is a team where you could probably go out there and be competitive and just take Sidney Crosby out. Be like, yeah, we got enough depth. We could throw in John Tavares. You could throw in someone like that. It's it's tough to say no to. Like, I'd say maybe on defense it would be like you can make an argument for Brent Burns or Morgan Riley, but I also don't know if they really add anything that guys like Makar and Theodore and Ekblad already not. So uh, I still think my third goalie choice is going to be Logan Thompson. I know a lot of people suggest Marc-Andre Fleury, Darcy Kemper, even Stuart Skinner. I'd be going Logan Thompson there, but I'd say this roster just looks like a gold medal contender 100%.
I mean, Team Canada is almost always in the mix.
Yeah,
And you're right, Stuart Skinner was the third goalie that I have on my roster. And Brent Burns, Petrangelo, and Morgan Riley were my first cuts on D. Um, I took a little bit of a different approach than Matt, and you can read the full story on dailyfaceoff.com. And the reason for that was he looked more, I think, at chemistry and fit. And I looked more at really trying to check a lot of the positional boxes when it comes to archetype rankings and fit. That's one of the great things about this archetype rankings project that we did on the website the last few weeks. It's the best tool possible, I think, to try and build your team. So you've got the franchise players there, and McDavid and McKinnon and McCarr, and you're in a spot where you've got your distributors with Huberto, and you've got your pure shooter with Stamkos, and you've got your clutch players. But you've also got your net front scorer. Tavares was the 13th forward for me, and you've got your power forwards in Kadri and Marchand. Like, you try and check a lot of those boxes when you're putting your team together, that it's hungry, it's skilled, it's competitive, it's all those things. It's not just a collection of all-stars, which is kind of the point, and maybe the toughest exercise if you're, let's say, Doug Armstrong and you're tapped to build this Team Canada. It's not just a skills competition.
yeah. And there's a few guys you can make an argument for: Mark Stone, Mitch Marner, uh, guys like that, and maybe Petrangelo on defense. But who do you take out? And I do feel like this is a team that fits well. You got the high scoring defensemen with the guys who could play shutdown roles and be better defensively. You've got the offensive guys where they're not going to lose a ton of faceoffs. That's for sure. But yeah, there's nothing really that would say like you need to take some guy out. Maybe if Ryan O'Reilly ends up not becoming, if he starts to fall off a little bit, I don't think we're going to see that. Slow start to this year. It's too early, but yeah, there's nothing really I'd say from that roster I'd take out. It fits well, and you don't need a super all-star roster if you're Team Canada. You know what you've got.
You saw Owen Power on the roster. There's a bit of projecting 16 months out now that goes into it. Power, of course, the 2021 number one pick,